It's a hot commodity and plenty of people are stealing it. Water being stolen by marijuana growers.
We've discovered millions of gallons being siphoned from public land. Investigative reporter Elyce Kirchner has that story. She joins us now. Elyce.
Illegal pot growers have set up shop on our public lands and in our parks. In order to grow, you need a lot of water. And we found that some farmers are going to extreme measures to steal water meant for nature and for local communities.
They're heading into Henrico State Park near Morgan Hill. This is video the team of California Fish and Wildlife wardens gave us. They're following a sophisticated piping system. It leads them to this illegal marijuana grow of 8,000 plants.
You can see the chemicals in this water line.
The water was stolen from a rancher's nearby property.
So we heard a shot. We didn't know if they were shooting at us or not. It was a high caliber rifle.
He agreed to talk with us if we hid his identity.
For my safety and my family.
He bought this secluded ranch last summer on the edge of the state park, but didn't know about his illegal neighbors.
It's gone.
Shortly after moving in, the rancher noticed the water levels in his lake dropped dramatically.
And it was just so odd how a lake can go down 6 feet in a matter of 3 weeks.
He soon discovered hundreds of feet of piping were being used to move the water straight from his lake to the illegal grow.
It's something you wouldn't even imagine how they would go through rocks, trees. They would divert their plumbing system through all these canyons.
We absolutely are seeing more aggressive water stealing by marijuana cultivators than we ever have before because water is getting much more limited with the drought.
Lieutenant John Norris heads up a first-of-its-kind marijuana enforcement team with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. The team is trained in military tactics.
This way, this way, this way!
Go, 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 go!
Using what they've learned in the last 2 years, the wardens have seized about 500,000 plants illegally grown on public land and nourished by stolen water.
We call it, the black gold for our growers. They, as long as they have water source in our woods that are kind of hidden and they can get water to their plants long enough to, successfully harvest their plants, they're going to go ahead and do that.
The total, 1.2 billion gallons of water stolen from California public land and parks in just the last 2 years. And to put 1.2 billion gallons of water into perspective, that's like filling up 2,000 Olympic-sized pools like this one.
They've taken every single drop out of this creek.
Norris says just this year, his team has found 136 water dams pot farmers built to divert water from its natural path to their crops. Like at this bus near Bakersfield, growers created 7 reservoirs, some capable of storing 5,000 gallons. It took away most of the water supply from the nearby Tule River American Indian tribe.
Hey, we're just going to try and restore the water source.
And in Shasta Trinity National Forest in Redding, law enforcement discovered nearly 3,000 plants in August. We hiked along for the cleanup and saw the trash, chemicals, and more than 8 miles worth of plastic irrigation piping left behind.
This water diversion and all this water pipe right here was responsible, if this grow had not been found by the end of the year, for about 3.6 million gallons of water.
The risk is that everything that we've worked so hard to save will unravel.
Save the Redwoods director Sam Hodder says his organization has fought for years to preserve public land, but the water being siphoned off by illegal grows is drying out the habitat and threatening the wildlife.
A mature marijuana plant requires 8 gallons a day, and you've got hundreds of thousands of these plants out in our public lands, and they're all being watered by stolen water.
I think setting some stronger penalties in place is part of the solution.
Congressman Jared Huffman represents California's most northern district. 60% of the marijuana produced in America comes from his district.
Especially this year, the worst drought year California's ever seen, I think it's more important than ever to crack down on water theft.
He's authored the Plant Act. It increases the criminal penalties against those who steal our resources to illegally grow marijuana.
I hope we'll give prosecutors a new tool that'll make a difference.
I'm losing my water. We love the water here.
As for the people affected by the water loss, for now, all they can hope for is more enforcement and more rain.
Once that water is gone, is there any way to make up for it?
No. Cross your fingers for a wet year.
And in the last 2 years, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife's marijuana enforcement team has arrested 436 trespassing pot growers in California. About 55 of those arrests were made on public land and in public parks. And to learn more information about the environmental damage left behind, all you have to do is log on to our website, nbcbayarea.com.
And unfortunately, we don't think it's going to be a wet year, like you
We can
were saying.
hope.
Thanks, Elyce.